Hello, I'm Mark Baer. You're watching YourTown Television. I'm here with Peggy Stap. We are talking Whale Fest. And you are co-founder of the Whale Entanglement Team, and you're on the board of Whale Fest.
Yeah, I'm the committee of Whale Fest, and I'm the executive director of Marine Life Studies as well.
Marine Life Studies. So let's talk about WET first. Just a quick.
Yeah, well, the Whale Entanglement Team, it's an organization that, or it's a team we started because there was no team here in the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary to rescue whales entangled in different gear. So we go out and work to free those whales. And so we've been around since 2006.
And doing great work.
Yeah, it's hard work, and we need the support of the community, so that's always nice.
Yeah, what's the website for that, just so before we get into Whale Fest?
Okay, it's whaleentanglementteam.org, O-R-G.
Okay, and just remember WET.
Yep, WET.
Okay, and what are your needs? Before we get into Whale Fest, what do you guys need?
Well, we always need funds to buy different equipment because you have updated equipment. Some equipment breaks during the season, that sort of thing, and we're looking to get a drone, and the ones that we're looking at are quite expensive. So we're still trying to raise funds for that as well. We thought we had enough, but we don't.
Yeah,
it was more than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you guys have been doing great work for a long
Thank you.
time. So Whale Fest, the 8th annual Whale Fest.
I know, it's so exciting. I can't believe that it's right around the corner. Just
okay,
a little week.
So give us an overview what it is and what's going to happen and where it is.
Yeah, Whale Fest, it's going to be Saturday and Sunday, January 27th and 28th, and it's from 10 to 5. And it's a huge event. It's marine oriented. You have a lot of nonprofits that are there that are doing great work, all working towards the health and beauty of the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. There are musicians and live music that they'll be playing. We have a 2-day symposium, but there's all the science work that's behind this. And Whale Fest is really designed to inspire and educate people, and the different marine-oriented nonprofits will have an educational component at each of their booths where it's a hands-on activity that you'll get to play the activity or participate in the activity where you'll learn something, but you have a great time, and it's great for not only adults but kids as well. So that's really an important component of Whale Fest itself. The 2-day symposium, a lot of people don't realize we have that every year, where this year we have 13 speakers all together from all different venues. We have the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute. They're going to have you listen to whales and dolphins right out here in the Monterey Bay with their ocean soundscapes that they've been studying, and they have a hydrophone set way out in the bay, so they're constantly recording, which is exciting. There's even a talk about marine model for stem cell transplantation. So there's a lot that we learn from the ocean that's, brings back into, the human side of things too, which is really nice. And I'll be there talking about whale disentanglement, updating people of what's been happening this last year. Just so many different things. Paul Michel from the superintendent of the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary was talking, as well as other people that are talking, all different types of components of the bay. Marine predators, the Guadalupe fur seal, otters, pinnipeds like sea lions and things like that. The tidal zones. We have Greg Caillet from Moss Landing Marine Labs that'll be there talking about some of the different aspects of Monterey Bay's sanctuary. So
it's let's first of all, before we go deeper into this, tell us why is Monterey and our bay so special in terms of whales and what goes on where are we?
We are in the whale watching capital of the world. The Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary is so unique because it has this huge, deep submarine canyon that bisects the bay and actually comes all the way into within a mile of Moss Landing, which is in the center of the bay. From Monterey, it's about 4 miles till you get to that deep submarine canyon. And what the neat thing about that is like in the spring when we have the northwesterly winds, it blows and it pushes that surface water offshore, but the deep underwater that's cold, nutrient water comes to the surface. It starts that whole food chain. So it provides nutrients like phytoplankton and zooplankton for different fish, and the different whales feed sometimes on krill, the different fish. That's why it's a great fishing area as well, this area, because of that nutrient-rich water, but it's a main feeding ground for so many different whales and dolphins. So we're very fortunate to be able to go out not very far offshore and see some of these incredible animals. blue whales, humpback whales. The gray whales are migrating right now, and there's still some humpback whales out there. Lots of different types of dolphins. So there's something for everyone. There's, it's a great fishing. There's a lot of party boats that go out off of Fisherman's Wharf that go fishing, commercial fishing as well. So it's really a unique
So just
area.
to put it in real human terms and personal terms, you're out there, you're close, you do this, and you, knowing you over the years, when you go out there and you have these experiences with whales, it's pretty mind-blowing, isn't it? You don't ever get blasé about this.
No, I never get bored. My mom, when I wanted to do whale research, because I didn't see a whale till I was 41 years old, and she said, "You're going to get bored." I go, "No, I'm not." Every day out there, it seems like there's something new that you see or learn or see an activity that one of the whales or dolphins do. They just touch your heart. I mean, I was blown away. I lived in Michigan, so I ended up moving out here so that I could be close to the ocean and be able to do research on these wonderful animals out in our bay.
Yeah, so you don't get blasé, and so that's this is a spectacular thing that is very unique to where we live. And what I was trying to say before we went on air is that it's not just a kind of a gathering and a party and a picnic and pictures of whales and stuff. This is it's fun for the kids, fun for the family, but there's a very serious scientific component behind this, and it allows all the participants and all the local nonprofits, of which there are many. This is a real marine life center where we live,
Right.
to get together and share their information, and so that aspect alone deserves the community support.
Right, right. Yeah, it is pretty amazing. There are so many different nonprofits that are doing real science on the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary, that they all work together and independently as well on different aspects, because there's just so many different components. You got the tidal zones, the deep water, the animals that come here. Some come to feed, some just pass by. And there's a lot of different predators. We have great white sharks here, thresher sharks, blue sharks, all different types of sharks that come to the bay. A menagerie of different types of fish, both for commercial activities where we go to the restaurants here and get to eat fresh fish from the bay. So it's pretty amazing. It's really a unique place compared to anywhere else really in the country.
I like that there's education about ocean plastics. It's a very big component of this,
Right.
Which is always an issue here. It's an issue globally, but always an issue here.
Right, right. And there'll be some speakers at the symposium that'll be talking about marine plastics and how we can reduce that, or some of the detrimental effects, which most people already know, but some people don't realize.
Why, and what I like about this is again, this is very family friendly, and it's hard to change our habits at this age. It's hard to not have plastic. It's hard. We're just used to it. But kids have to start making the connection early, and
Right.
and they are willing to change when they're young, when they have a way of learning. Especially kids interested in science is. First of all, that's a great thing and an important thing, and because they are going to make the change, and I know that's a big stress on Whale Fest. That's a big point of that Whale Fest tries to make every year.
Right, yeah, we try to inspire young people, but also people of our generation too, because all you have to do is make like one small change. If you just take one small change, like maybe not use a plastic water bottle, get your own metal or a reusable bottle that you can fill. So little changes like that. But the kids are, that's their future.
Yeah.
And I teach a lot of programs for kids, and I tell them, this is your future. You need to help protect your future by making these changes and getting your parents and relatives and friends to make those changes as well. So it has to be a whole effort, but the kids are the ones that are demanding the change. And people listen to the kids. Like at the Sanctuary Advisory Council, some of the kids we were teaching went and did a proposal to them, and they really listened to the kids.
Now, you brought me the 2-day rundown. Go over it.
Oh yeah, there are so many different people that are talking. Let me take a look at that because there's just, I don't want to miss anyone.
Yeah.
You have, like I said, Greg Kaye
Let's get the
from Moss Landing Marine Lab, and he's an amazing speaker, really great guy. He's going to talk about below Pacific tides, fishes that live in the subtidal habitats in Monterey Bay. Of course, I mentioned Paul Michel. He'll be talking about an update on the latest developments surrounding the sanctuary. Adam Ratner, he's going to talk about saving species in the Monterey Bay. He's with the Marine Mammal Center, so he'll have a lot of good cutting-edge science about research that they're working on there. We have Ann Warner. She's going to have a program about think about beyond plastics, so you can kind of think beyond that. The problem with the plastics is it's hard to buy anything that's not wrapped in plastic. So
I just don't know why all plastic isn't biodegradable. That's
right, but then it takes a while for it to biodegrade.
Yeah,
so then there's that's a whole nother issue. These speakers are all on Saturday. I'll also be speaking on Saturday at 3. So, but the symposium's from 10 to 5 both Saturday and Sunday. And this is all a free event, by the way. So there's no charge at all to the event. And the same with the symposium. And then this is a great organization, Heir to Our Oceans. These are a young...
Say that again.
Heirs to Our Oceans.
Okay.
It's a group of young people that are going to be talking about climate change, focus on whales, and they're going to have a presentation on Sunday morning. So they're really passionate kids, which is really exciting. We're thrilled to have them this year. And we have John Ryan and John Joseph. John Ryan's with the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute, and John Joseph is with the Naval Postgraduate School, working on the soundscape.
So this is a very serious group of people.
Yeah, very serious. In fact, we had John Joseph on our research boat this year because we are collaborating with them, and also MBAR with John Ryan with the sounds under the water, trying to see what animals are going through the bay, but we're really looking at a beaked whale project that we're working with them on.
So let's get to sorry.
Oh yeah, no. Then we have the Allison Hompet from CSUMB.
Say that again.
Allison Hompet. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her last name, but she's from the California State University of Monterey Bay. She's going to be talking about marine science, marine research in the classroom, and integrating that. John Pierce, he's a professor, a retired professor from the University of California, Santa Cruz. This will be a good one. The Strange and Wonderful Sex Life in the Rocky Intertidal.
Oh, I know all
Very
about
that. Racy. And then Steve,
when I was younger.
Yeah. Then Steve Shemick will be there talking about everything you want to know about otters and why you ought to care. But that's on Sunday. So there's 13 different speakers. Plus you have Steve Elzy from KION that's going to be emceeing the symposium. But that's upstairs at the Wharf Theater at the very end of Old Fisherman's Wharf. So come on down, and that's free, like I said.
Just before we move on, give me the website so people can, if they didn't, they can see all this in
Yeah, if you go to, you should be able to just search WhaleFest, but you can go to the fishermanswharf.com, and it should be on their main front page.
And if you just, in your browser, just type in WhaleFest, all this should come up.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now
and we have the Schedule 2 on our website at marinelifestudies.org, and you can click on WhaleFest. So there's different ways you can get the information. So, yeah. But what I was going to say about the free event, also if you want to participate, there's fishing, sailing, and whale watching that you can participate in. There's a fee for that, but they're offering discounts during WhaleFest.
Fabulous.
So come on down and go out and see the gray whales and some.
And again, if you live here and you haven't been out on the water here, you're missing a big thing.
Oh, it's amazing. It's just, it changes you after you've seen a whale.
Yeah. So I want to keep moving here because we have so much to cover.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the beach cleanup.
Oh, yeah. We have this every year, and it's the community beach and bike path cleanup, and it'll be Sunday, January 28th at 11 a.m. You can just meet at Marine Life Studies booth, and we'll have all the grabbers, buckets, and gloves that you need for the cleanup. So just bring your friends, family, co-workers, and have a good time and help us keep marine trash out of our beautiful bay.
Okay, and then let's talk about the humpback.
Oh, this is the highlight. Save the Whales premiered this last year. They have a 43-foot life-size humpback whale. It's just amazing, called Dee the Beautiful Whale.
Now, who is this?
Oh, this is Save the Whales. Mira Seidendecker. You know Mira.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. They'll have it on display, and then you can actually walk inside.
Wow.
And you can see the baleen, you can see the internal organs, you can touch the internal organs. it really gives you a perspective of how large these animals are, and that's really on the smaller end. Humpback whales can grow upwards of 50 or more feet.
Wow.
Largest on record, 62. But that's, you got to come and see that. That's just amazing. We're so excited that, you know, she was able to bring it back again this year.
So, and where's that going to be?
That's going to be right at the head of the causeway, you know, the main parking lot as you walk towards Fisherman's Wharf. It'll be right there on that first section. You won't miss it. So we'll have signs around, and people will direct you, but you won't be able to miss it.
Oh, this is this is great. And,
It's amazing.
And now, at Whale Fest, you can also try disentangling a whale. So we get into your
Right.
bailiwick a little bit.
Right. We have a whale. It's not life-size, but we have it entangled, and you can actually use the actual tools that we use.
And what's just so an audience understands what's happening out there? They're getting caught in nets. They're getting caught in what's going on out there?
Well, they get caught in like ghost gear. That's just gear that's floating around. They get caught in some of the different fisheries, the different lines for the different fisheries, because it's such a huge feeding area here that, you know, oftentimes if they got their mouth open and they're going through a big bait ball of fish, they might not see the line that goes from the pot up to the buoys at the surface. So it's been a problem. The different fisheries are working together with NOAA trying to help mitigate this, because they don't want the whales caught any more than we do. But this is something we need to do to help release them from that. So we're the rapid response team for Monterey Bay, the whale entanglement team.
And so you'll be there and active, and that sounds fabulous. So just again, just give me a bit of just a recap: the where, when, and what.
Yeah. You can't miss it. Come on down to Whale Fest. It's an exciting event, and like you said, it's science-oriented. There's serious work behind this, but it's also a fun way to learn about the different things that people have been working on in the Monterey Bay National Marine Sanctuary. It's the 27th, 28th from 10 to 5. So at Old Fisherman's Wharf and along the causeway. Oh, we have abalone races and Gyotako, the old art of fish painting, so you got to come out down and try your hand at that. The symposium, same thing, both days, 10 to 5, and it's all free. Live music, so...
Yeah, I've made it sound very serious, but it's really a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I mean, I like going around. I loved going through Dee the Beautiful Whale. I was so excited. My team and us went through, you know, before it opened up so we could see what was going on in there. It's just virtually amazing. They have a Humboldt dissection, so you can watch them dissect a Humboldt squid. There's just so many different components. You got the Marine Mammal Center. You can feel how soft an otter fur is.
Who knew?
Ooh, oh, it's amazing. No wonder why they were killed off. That people wanted
those pelts.
For those pelts. So thank goodness that they survived and were able to be saved.
Okay, Whale Fest.
Whale Fest. Don't miss it. Come on down.
My guest, Peggy Stap, and we're talking about Whale Fest next week already.
Right, yeah.
Next week already, and thank you for being here. I'm Mark Baer. You're watching YourTown Television, and we'll be back.
Thank you so much.